Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been doing well. Today I want to do my best and worst purchases of 2021. This is a fun video to do because it's really eye-opening in a lot of ways. I get to look back on everything I purchased in the past year and really pick and choose and see what really worked for me and what really didn't work for me. I think best and worst, those are kind of interesting words to use. Some of the items that I will include in my best of will be items that I might not have used all that much compared to other items, but just by virtue of how much I love them, I really want to include them in the best category. And then there are some that I will include in the best that are just like really great workhorses, like I've used all the time and they're just incredibly practical and durable. So I think there's going to be a mix of both of those kinds of best within this list. And kind of on the same lines with worst, it's hard to pick a worst. I bought everything in the past year because I really liked it and I wanted it and I used my own money to purchase it. But obviously there are some times when purchases don't really work out for you and there might be things you didn't consider or you just try it out on a day-to-day basis and you're kind of like this doesn't really work for me. And there are just some items on this list that it's just kind of like, I'm not really sure why I just didn't pick them up as much as I thought that I would. It might not be a thing that I'm like looking to sell or get rid of, but it's just like I still like it. I want to keep it in my collection, but maybe it just didn't work out for me in the way that I anticipated it would. So hopefully that makes sense. And without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start with the first item I purchased in 2021, which is the LV 6-ring key holder. And this is, I don't know why I didn't buy this before this year. I know this is such a great starter piece and so many people have this. It's just really worked out for me. And it's interesting because I've been going to the office about twice a week and this one has my work keys. And so I have the clay. The clay is just for my house keys. It has my house keys only. I use that primarily on the weekends and on the days that I don't go to the office. And even though I only go to the office twice a week, I still really, really love having this. I keep my work ID in the back pocket right here. So you can see right there, and this gives me access to the mailroom, and it's just really great because I can just have my keys, tap into the mailroom, grab the mail for the office, and then like go to work, and then it just has my house keys and my work keys all in here, and it's just really nice, keeps everything organized. So yeah, this is kind of a no-brainer, I think, but it definitely fits in my best of category for 2021. I'm just really happy to have this in my collection, and I've really used it quite a lot in this past year. One of the quote-unquote worst items I got was this Balmain tank top right here, and I just didn't really wear this as much as I thought I would. I thought it would be such a great practical piece to wear under blazers or wear under jackets, and I do really like it. I think it's very well made and the quality is really nice. I especially love these buttons, but what I didn't anticipate was this lettering right here, and it's like this made out of this like felt material, and so because of that you can't machine wash this and you can't even take it to the dry cleaner, which that was probably my fault. I probably didn't look at the care instructions too carefully when I purchased this. I remember I did get this on sale, and I believe it was through one of my Teresa's secret sales from early in the year. I do like it, but part of the reason is just like I hate hand washing. Like I'm so lazy. Even with most items that need to be hand washed, I will throw them in a lingerie bag inside out and put them in the washing machine on delicate and cold and air dry, and that's fine. But I just have hesitated to do that with this because of the felt lettering. I just really don't want this to be messed up. And it does say on the care tag on the inside, do not dry clean. I live in a small apartment. Like I don't have like a good laundry system. So yeah, I do really like this, but just because of the care, I really think that was my bad. I really should have looked at the care instructions more carefully before purchasing this item. Part of the reason why this item doesn't get worn that much. Next up is this beautiful Lady Deer bag. I love this. It is in the grained calfskin, which I love. I think it just adds a little bit of texture to it. I love this wide guitar strap. It's just so comfortable. So definitely one of the best items I purchased this year. Next in the worst category is this Paco Rabanne 1969 bag, and this is one of the things where I just love the look of it aesthetically. I have worn this to like parties, and I just think it's a really fun dressy party bag, and I also just love that it is iconic without any sort of branding. Bag lovers will certainly recognize this bag and appreciate the fashion behind it. So I do love this just for the way it looks. I will say I'm putting it in my worst category though because how impractical it is to use. What I didn't realize when I bought this bag was because of the way the chain is, so hopefully, I'm not really sure if you guys can see this, but do you see the way that the chain is attached? This bag is almost impossible to use one-handed. You have to kind of hold the strap and then also just kind of like hold the bag to open it and get your items out. And then on top of that, there really is no versatility. So with the chains, you would think that you might be able to wear it long ways, but you can't, because when you carry it long ways like this, it just bunches up right here and it doesn't look very good. So you can't wear it just on the shoulder with one strap. You always have to double strap it, which isn't the end of the world, because I'm someone who definitely prefers to double strap my bags, but then you try to do this and it's like caught. So it's kind of like tangled up right now. It's really annoying. But yeah, I will say I love, love, love the look of this bag. I don't think I will sell it, but the practicality is not the easiest. So it would be really great for an event like a wedding or a party where you do need to carry some things with you, but you don't need to carry a lot, and you won't need to rummage in and out of your bag very often. So I say wedding because it's like you could keep the bag at the table and go dancing and stuff like that, but then like come back and grab a lipstick. But it's not the kind of bag that you would want to just kind of carry around for practical purposes at all. My next best of is this Lloyd Basket Bag, and I sort of miss using this bag because, you know, because it's a raffia bag, it's definitely a spring and summer bag only, and because it's been so cold outside, I haven't really worn this at all. But once I got this earlier this year, I use this bag. This is pretty much my go-to bag for the entire summer. I use this almost every single day in the summertime. I took this on multiple trips, and it is just so stylish and easy to use, and I just have really, really loved using this bag. And it's still in like very good shape for how much I've used it. Like there isn't really that much wear. Even back here, you can see there really isn't that much wear. I think it still looks really great. So yeah, I've just really, really loved using this. I can't wait to use this again next summer. I think this bag looks really great with dresses, but also with like shorts and a t-shirt. And I don't know, I've really, really enjoyed this bag a lot. So I can't wait for next summer so I can use her again. My next worst of purchase is this Cloyd mini test day bag. You know, this was a hard one to kind of put on the worst list because I really like the way this bag looks and I love the practicality. There's so many design aesthetics I love about this bag, but I think it's an awkward size for me personally. And then also I found that this color is slightly difficult to match. Not really that difficult, but more difficult than I thought it would be. And I think the problem is I picked up this traveler tote bag around the same time, and so you can see the differences in the pinks. Like this is definitely more of a mauve with purple undertones, and this is like a bright bubblegum pink. And I personally have been gravitating more towards this bag. I think it's just much easier for me to use. So the opening is really wide. You can fit a ton in here. I love the double straps right here. And I have just found this bag so much easier to use than this one. I love the wide strap of this, but I have found that getting in and out of the bag is a little bit difficult for me because you have to like pull the handle down and then pull it up. So I do think this is a bag that I will think about selling. It's hard because it's like I still really, really like the bag, but I'm not using her that much, so I don't know if I can justify keeping her in my collection. Next in my best of is the LV Cosmetic Pouch, and this is in the PM size, I think, the smaller one, and I picked this up in Hawaii earlier this year. I really love this item. I will say one sort of con is that you can't really stuff it. You do really have to be careful about how you pack this item, and you don't want it to be overflowing, otherwise it will become misshapen. And then one thing I learned is that like when I went on a trip, I did put this in my carry-on suitcase, and the way that the carry-on had been packed, the item did get a little bit smushed, and so luckily it still retained its shape, but I have learned my lesson, and so every time I use this, I will need to make sure that it's not at capacity, and then I put it in my handbag or in my personal item, not in my actual suitcase. So it is kind of like best and worst in that sense. I'm going to put it in the best category just because I love using it so much, and it's just brought me a lot of joy to use this year, but it is a little bit more of a high maintenance travel SLG, if that makes sense. The last of my worst items are these Hermes Oasis Sandals, and this was a hard one for me. I love these shoes and I did wear them quite a lot, but they were so uncomfortable, and they just took a really, really long time for them to be fully broken in, and I don't even know that they are still broken in. My left pinky toe, I think it was, just had a giant blister. It was swollen like almost double the size, and I don't know, maybe it's just my feet that don't really go well with these shoes or what, but I just had a really hard time with these, and I still love the look of these. I'm not getting rid of these. These are these aren't the most uncomfortable shoe I've worn. I will say they're really good for vacation, or, you know, if I know for sure I'm not walking a lot, I will still wear these shoes. But the comfort for me was not there. And then on top of that, and I think it's partly part of it is just because these are white. So the wrinkles and the wear, I think, show a lot more on the white ones than they do on other colors. If you have the Oasis sandals, like, definitely let me know what your experience with this has been. But, you know, there's definitely some marks like right here, and that's obviously to be expected. This is a shoe, it's hitting the ground, like it's not going to be in pristine condition, and I completely understand that. But I will say that I feel like the wrinkling on the leather is so much more noticeable. I think part of it just might be just the color. I'll show you guys the other one too, so let me take this out. So yeah, you can really see the wrinkling right there, and just a lot of marks and scuffs. I did add the rubber protection to the bottom, which I think is going to help with the longevity of the shoe. But yeah, I will say, like, I still love the look of these. I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to continue to wear them and enjoy them, but they are painful. They took a while to break in, and then they just do have like a lot of wear showing already. My next best of are these two bags, and I'm kind of putting them together because I use them for similar purposes. Even though I got this bag fairly recently, I'm going to add it on the best of list because I already know I love this bag so much. And then this is the Director Tote, and I'm putting this on the best list not because it makes my heart sing, but because it is such a good practical work bag. So this one I love. It makes me so happy to use. This one I love in the way that it's just so practical and durable. They fit a similar amount, but they look very different. These have been my go-to work bags, and I just really love them a lot. So here's the Chloe Woody Tote in the medium size, and this is the Marc Jacobs Director bag. I have also added this to my best of, and this is an interesting one too because I didn't quite use this in the way that I thought I would. This is the Keep All in the 45 size, and I thought I would use this as a carry-on, sort of like my personal item on the airplane. I do have the LV Eye Care bag, and that one's really good for shorter domestic flights, and I thought this would be good for longer flights, but I don't actually really use it on for airplane rides, and I think it's just because it's kind of annoying because the handle is like really short and it does have a longer strap, but I have found myself gravitating more towards like big tote bags that I can put over my shoulder as my carry-on item. But I'm putting this on the best of because what I've been using this a lot more for is just an overnight trip. So not necessarily for airplane, but if I am taking the train or going in a car, this is like a great piece to have. It's like the perfect amount for 1 or 2 nights, and it's very stylish. So in that sense, it's really great, and I'm putting it on in my best category for this year. And then finally, the best items I got this year have been my jewelry pieces. So this is the Just Clue in the small size, and this is a rose gold color with the diamonds. And I got this for my birthday this year, and I love it. I don't know, it just makes me so happy. It's been pretty much an everyday piece for me. Every time I leave the house, I will wear this. If I'm just at home lounging around, I don't wear it, but every time I leave the house, I basically put this on. And I also did get this Gucci ring earlier this year, and this has been pretty much my everyday ring on my left hand, right in the middle. And then also this peace bracelet from Tiffany's that was a gift from my mom for my birthday this year. So between these two bracelets, so this bracelet, and this ring, I've been wearing every single day. This Cartier watch, you know, I didn't get this year. I've had this for years and years, as well as this diamond ring have been my everyday jewelry. So these items together, I've just been wearing every single day, and I love them so much. It's basically a 3-way tie that are hands down my favorite pieces I've added to my collection this year. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have questions about anything. I'm pretty sure this is my last video of the year. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. It really means a lot to me, and just having a community out there to share my thoughts on luxury items and share what I've purchased or what worked out for me, what didn't work out for me. I don't know, it's been really great. So I do appreciate all the support. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year, and I will see you in 2022. Bye!